Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only AR Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with the next part of what if Naruto was neglected by his family and decided to take the position of Hokage by force from Minato. So yeah, guys, so far it's a good series. I have really enjoyed it. So if you guys have not seen the previous part of this series, please check it out. You guys will definitely like it. And yeah, guys, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It would be really helpful to me. So yeah, guys, I have, you can say, put the link of my, you can say, friend's channel within the description below. I have really enjoyed his video so far. He make a great content, you can say, on different subjects. So hopefully you guys will watch it and like the channel. And yeah, guys, I have also put the link of my Instagram within the description below. Well, guys, I have so far, you can say, made few videos on Dragon Ball channel as well. The link is in the description below. Like, what if Goku was banished into the demon realm at birth? What if Goku was, you can say, accidentally went to the GT world, and so on and on. And today I will make what if Goku was betrayed by his friends and family. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys will watch that as well. So without any further ado, let's start the video. Last time we left off as we saw that how, you can say, Naruto has finally decided to take the position of Hokage from Minato, as Minato was sent to the hospital after severe chakra exhaustion as well as multiple broken bones, while on the other hand Tsunade was trying to heal him as much as she can, while on the other hand clan heads has been gathered into the council meeting along with the civilian as well as the elder council, as Naruto decided to strip the elder council and, you can say, made them retire as they tried to retaliate, saying that the Hokage does not have the power to dismiss the elder council as they are, you can say, the advisors and therefore require the approval of the full council. But Naruto reminded them of the law which was put by the first and second Hokage, so that the power could not be gathered in few hands. So therefore, the advisors could only remain in power in terms of two Hokage, nothing more than that, as shocking the all the council as they never knew about such a thing. So therefore, the advisors were simply dismissed as Danzo was beyond furious at that, while on the other hand, Naruto, you can say, dismissed the civilian council, saying that how they simply cannot be present as many secret decisions are made and the civilians could easily, the enemy shinobis could get those secrets by putting them in a simple genjutsu, and therefore these matters could not be discussed in the presence of the civilians, and therefore dismissing the civilian council as Naruto stripped the, you can say, shinobi council of any and all power, reminding them that how Konoha is a dictatorship, not a democracy where you guys have to put the votes and whoever win shall the decision be made. No, the only power, true power, remain in Konoha is that of Hokage, nothing more than that, as the Shinobi Council was not exactly thrilled with the idea as they were angry at that, so therefore decided to plot how to remove Naruto as the Hokage. He was simply too powerful to, you can say, simply challenge in such a manner, and therefore, they have to come up with some other ideas. If the whole council were to present, then it would be a political game. But at the moment, the council was simply dismissed, as Naruto was not like the Yondaime, nor he was like the Sandaime, and therefore cannot be played with. As while on the other hand, Minato has just woken up as he was explaining the whole situation, as the gravity of the situation finally landed on the shoulders of Minato, as he finally realized that he was no longer the Hokage. All the power he has gathered over the years was not to be. While on the other hand, you can say Jiraiya and Tsunade were trying to come up with a plan how to make Minato the Hokage once again. As while on the other hand, you can say suddenly the Ambu entered into the rooms as they realized that the fourth Hokage has woken up but decided to ignore him anyways, as they decided to call Jiraiya, Tsunade, as well as, you can say, Kakashi Hatake was under arrest, while on the other hand Jiraiya and Tsunade has been summoned by the Hokage as well as Menma and Naruto. While on the other hand, so yeah, guys, that was the last part, as Kakashi was surrounded by the ambos, as he was more than ready to pull out his Sharingan to fight them off. On what charges I am to be under arrest, as the Ambu commander decided to speak up, trying to intervene in an official battle with the help of the Jinchurikis to put out the barrier. So therefore, Menma and Naruto entered into the whole, you can say, in a sanctioned battle, because they were not at the moment yet genuine, so therefore their punishment would not be harsh, while on the other hand you deliberately, you can say, put down the barrier, so therefore you will be charged with the same charges and you will have to answer to the Hokage. So come peacefully. As Kakashi was about to pull out his headband and reveal his Sharingan to fight his way off, but then suddenly a voice, you can say, as well as Jiraiya and Tsunade were ready to fight off against this Ambu. They were not gonna just go with them, but then a voice stopped them. That is enough. As they look back to see that third Hokage has entered into the room. As Jiraiya speak up, Sensei, what is going on here? Did that brat seriously lost his mind? Is he putting up a fight against us Sannins? As third Hokage simply shook his head, Jiraiya, just listen to Naruto at the moment. He's not, you can say, gonna harm you or anything like that. He's the Hokage and he has summoned you, so you have to go there. As Jiraiya gritted his teeth on that, Tsunade was not exactly happy about it. As you can say, Kushina decided to speak up, but what about Kakashi? He did nothing wrong. As third Hokage looked towards her, he has intervened in a, you can say, sanctioned battle. Kushina, you're lucky that Naruto is not, you can say, at the moment, has his eyes on Menma and Naruto. Otherwise, things would get, you can say, really, really harmful. So, Kakashi-kun, I would, you can say, advise you to not resist. Otherwise, things could get a lot worse. As Kakashi looked towards Minato, who had his eyes closed for the moment but nodded nonetheless, as Kakashi simply, you can say, nodded back as Ambu quickly grabbed Kakashi and Sunshine away. While on the other hand, you can say Jiraiya simply scoffed, it's not over, Sensei, as well as Tsunade as they vanished towards the Hokage office along with, you can say, the Menma and Naruto, as Jiraiya decided to do his casual, usual thing, trying to enter from the, you can say, window, but just when he was about to enter, he was surrounded by several, you can say, seals. As Jiraiya's eyes widened before he could even do something, the seals activated several chakra chains, grabbed Jiraiya and started to electrocute him as a, you can say, scream of pure pain and agony. You can say, feel the Hokage office as Naruto was looking toward Jiraiya with a blank expression on his face as suddenly the door of the Hokage office opened as Tsunade, Menma and Naruto entered along with the third Hokage as third Hokage looked towards Jiraiya who was now tied down and smoke was coming from his body as he looked towards Naruto with a raised eyebrow as Naruto simply looked towards him. Well, it is the Hokage office. No one can simply enter through the window. Who knows, some enemies try to do so, so I have hereby put several seals on my office so the enemy shinobi simply cannot enter through the window. As he looked towards Jiraiya, who was now, you can say, coming back to his senses as he glared towards Naruto with as much hate as he could gather. As long as Jiraiya could remember, he always entered from the window and no one, Minato, Jiraiya, Minato, Sarutobi then never tried to stop him by using such methods as Hiruzen Sai. He knew that things were getting changed and these people have to change. Naruto was not their sensei, nor he was their student. He was the fifth Hokage and in his eyes, Jiraiya Tsunade means nothing. They may be Sannins, but by going through the official channels of Konoha, they were merely Jonins, elite Jonins maybe, and Jiraiya has retired. The only position he is currently occupying is unofficial, you can say, spy network of Konoha, nothing more than that. So Naruto will not give him the respect in that manner. As Tsunade gritted her teeth, why have you summoned us here, brat? We are busy people. As Naruto gave her a look, Tsunade sends you. First of all, you are not present in the meeting of the council, but I think that you already know my decision on that matter. But anyways, you are still a active shinobi of the village even though you are mostly restricted to the hospital, but still you're an active jonin. So therefore, you will come when I will summon you. You will not ask question. No, no question asked, nonsense given. That is the rule of the village. So I will ignore it for the moment. As Tsunade gritted her teeth, how dare this Gaki to say that? How she was just a Jonin? No, she was not just a Jonin. She was a Sannin. As and she decided to speak her mind as Jiraiya was coming out of the chains after Naruto snapped his finger as chains vanished. As Jiraiya started to stir up anger in his eyes, glaring daggers towards Naruto. As Naruto simply looked towards Jiraiya as he said, well, Jiraiya, first of all, I would like to ask you some questions about some interesting matters. As Tsunade was about to say something, but Naruto put a hand towards her, as suddenly the aura of, you can say, Naruto's body gesture started to change as a aura of authority filled the whole, you can say, room. As Menma and Naruto, who were glaring daggers towards Naruto some moments ago, suddenly, you can say, shivers were going through their spines. Even, you can say, Nade shut up after that display of that aura. Something was telling her. Her instincts were screaming at her to not piss this guy off. As Hiruzen was impressed at that, being able to shut Tsunade down was not something easy. As Jiraiya also looked towards Naruto with a bit of surprise in his face. That amount of chakra he was releasing was easily cage level, and he was simply throwing it around like it was nothing. As Naruto looked towards Jiraiya, first of all, Jiraiya, you may be a Sannin, but remember, it is just a name, just like the Yellow Flash and Kakashi of the Sharingan. It does not grant you any position in the village. So you may call yourself a Sannin all you want. In my eyes, you guys are nothing more but Jonins. So remember that, and you have retired. But anyways, you do have the unofficial spy network of yours. So I want some reports on a certain someone. Let's see that how good of a job you have been doing by using the resources of Konoha for such a long time. As Jiraiya straightened up at that, huh, well, he will answer at the moment. As Naruto nodded, first of all, I want each and every information you have on Orochimaru. At this, the whole room stiffened. At that, even you can say Third Hokage's eyes widened. He did not knew that his, you can say, last student has decided to do something about his failure of a student. As Jiraiya straightened up, well, Orochimaru, as you already know, is a missing nin and he was my former teammate. But before he could speak anymore, Naruto decided to cut him off. I'm not asking about that trivial information. Perhaps you have forgotten. I was in the ambu, so I know about those matters. I want to know his current whereabouts and things like that. What has he been doing? And where his current location actually is. At this, Jiraiya has his mouth shut as Naruto narrowed his eyes. Don't tell me, Jiraiya, you have been wasting the resources of Konoha and you do not even have the information on one missing nin. As Jiraiya gritted his teeth on that, he was the best spy master. How dare this brat to say that he was wasting the resources of Konoha? Well, true enough that he always, you can say, wondered about his own training, you can say, research, but he has been busy lately by training Menma and Ruko, the children of the destiny. As you can say, Naruto narrowed his eyes as even Hiruzen was now looking towards Jiraiya, hoping for an answer that at least his student has something to appease Naruto at the moment. As Jiraiya simply shrugged, well, his last whereabouts were about 5 years ago, and I do not know much after that. As you already know, I was busy for training Menma and Ruko, your siblings. As Naruto simply ignored that comment, so practically you're useless. Well, Jiraiya, if you were not, you can say, had any information to tell me where these resources were going. In the meantime, you were training my so-called siblings, as Naruto put a, you can say, sheet of paper forward as Jiraiya grabbed it as his eyes widened at that. These were the resources were always dedicated to Jiraiya's spy network. As you can say, as he said, well, you know that um, Orochimaru is not the only threat. I have many spies and they have to earn money and all that, you know, right? As Naruto narrowed his eyes. Oh, really now? Then do tell me, what is the, you can say, information these spies of yours had gathered, which is so important that they require this amount of resources. As Hiruzen raised an eyebrow as he grabbed the sheet of paper as his eyes widened at that. As he did not even knew that these much resources were dedicated to Jiraiya's, you can say, spy network. As Jiraiya glared towards him, well, I do have some information about a S-rank group of, you can say, missing nins which have been going around and their ordeal. I have yet to find out about it. As Naruto simply rolled his eyes. That is the information I was able to get from the Aiwa shinobis as they were the one who were hiding it. And is this all the information your spy network has gathered over the years? As Jiraiya was silent at that, what could he say? Mostly his time was consumed by, you can say, Menma and Ruko, and he had to give the same amount of money to his spies anyways. So that was that. As Naruto was now looking towards Jiraiya as if he was a utter fool. As Naruto simply shook his head, this guy was a waste of time. As he looked towards Tsunade, well, Tsunade said, I hereby, you can say, grant your request. As Tsunade raised an eyebrow at that what this guy was talking about as not to push a piece of paper to work towards you can say Tsunade as she grab it as her eyes widened. This was the request she put at the second shinobi third shinobi conflict at the team of the whole you can say training specific medic needs as her eyes widened as Naruto simply nodded. That is a useful you can say project and I want you to start on it as quick as possible. There is currently a new, you can say, system will be applied. The previous teams, I hereby, you can say, dissolve them at the moment and specify many teams will be made at your, you can say, approval, obviously. So that is your duty from here on out. You are dismissed at the moment as Tsunade wanted to say something and but what could she actually say at the moment? She nodded nonetheless and grabbed the, you can say, approval paper and simply decided to walk out of here. As now, Naruto was looking towards Menma and Naruko as he said, well, if it isn't the current Jinchurikis of the village, as Menma and Naruko narrowed their eyes towards their older brother. As Naruto decided to speak up with same authority aura surrounding him. Do tell me, Naruko, how many tails you both of you can control at the moment? As there was silence in the room, but Naruko decided to answer nonetheless. Well, both of us can control up to 2 tail worth of cubic chakra and we can enter into the third tail, but it gets harder and harder to control it afterward. As Naruto was hardly impressed with it, so in these all, you can say 5 years of training, even above that, both of you are only able to learn, you can say, how to use only 2 tail worth of Cubic chakra. Is that all? As there was silence in the whole room, as Jiraiya said, hey, they were not only working on the Kyuubi chakra, they have learned many jutsus and many other things as well. As Naruto was now looking towards, you can say, Menma and Naruko. Well, when both of you attacked me in that moment, I was easily able to see your skills. You guys are around tuning level that may be impressive, but that is hardly is to be the level of two Jinchurikis who has the power of the Kyuubi inside of them. So I'm hardly impressed. So therefore, as Naruto snapped his finger, as you can say, Ambu landed beside him and nodded, and afterward, you can say door opened as a one person started to walk inside of the room. As suddenly Jiraiya's, you can say, blood run cold at that. While on the other hand, even Hiruzen's eyes widened as there was an Ambu as well as a one person was walking inside of the room looking confused as ever. As this person was none other than Danzo Shimura. As Danzo was looking around the room as he saw Jiraiya as well as you can say third Hokage as realization was already coming to the face of the third what Naruto was trying to do. As you can say as Danzo looked towards Naruto with a narrowed gaze, this guy has taken away much of his power in the council, so he had to do something about this whole matter. As while on the other hand, you can say he has to do something about this new Hokage anyways, as you can say. Naruto looked towards Danzo as he said, Danzo Shimura, you have been summoned here because I want to give you a mission. As Danzo raised an eyebrow at that, what is this guy talking about? As Naruto pointed towards Manma and Naruko, both of them had confused looks on their faces as Danzo raised an eyebrow, wondering what is this still not getting what he's talking about. As Naruto said, well, you may already know that these two are the Jinchurikis of our village, both of them possessing half of the power of the Kyuubi respectively. But in these 5 years of training, they have not given me, you can say, good results in their power. As suddenly the realization was already coming to the face of Danzo. So you have a mission, and there will be 2 month break for the graduation team management as I'm doing some changes to the current teams. So therefore, Manma and Naruko are hereby placed under your care. You have 2 months to make them ready as currently they are able to use 2 days worth of chakra and they have trouble entering into 3 tails and controlling it. So your mission is to make sure that both of them have, you can say, the control over the third tail perfectly. As there was dead silence in the whole room, Danzo simply could not believe his eyes. This was a dream coming true. He wanted Menma and Naruko the moment he laid eyes on them when they were simply children, as he wanted both of them to be the perfect weapon for the good of Konoha, of course, as you can say. While on the other hand, you can say Hiruzen simply could not believe it. How? Why? Naruto is doing this. It is no, you can say, secret to Naruto at the moment that Danzo wanted to overthrow him. So why give them two perfect weapons already created and having them so powerful, while on the other hand Jiraiya slammed his hands on the table. You simply cannot do that. As Naruto looked towards him with a bored expression, and do tell me, Jiraiya, why I cannot do them? They do not have control over, you can say, even the third tail of chakra, and if I'm not mistaken, with the research done on the Jinchuriki after when they enter into the fourth tail, that is another level to control. So, do tell me, how can I trust both of them when they cannot even control the third tail of the nine tails of the cube's power? And your training has not bore any fruit. I could easily sense the reluctance when Naruto said that how they could control the second tail. We shall see in their training how good they can control the second and the first tail to begin with. Now Manma and Naruto were simply looking, you can say, nervous as the killing intent was being thrown around the room, as while on the other hand you can say Jiraiya was releasing as much ki as possible, while on the other hand Naruto was looking as calm. His aura was still as oppressing as ever as Jiraiya gritted his teeth. If he could, he would have, you can say, attacked the brat, but knowing that the brat has some pesky chusru, he would need to come up with some seal to take care of that. As Naruto looked towards Danzo, as but before he could speak, as Jiraiya decided to speak up. They're the clan heirs. You simply cannot take them. This is against the clan law. As Naruto simply looked towards them, as he said, "Oh, do tell me, Jiraiya, which clan heir they actually are?" As Jiraiya said, "They are the clan heir of Uzumaki and Namikaze clan." As Naruto simply raised an eyebrow, and then he looked toward Danzo. Danzo said, "Do tell me about something that how, when three children are born, all three of them triplet, who is to be the clan heir?" As there was silence in the room as Danzo decided to speak up. Usually, it is always and always the firstborn child during the union of such situation that Namikaze and Uzumaki clan only have come merged together. So therefore, the first member is to be the clan heir. But if some situation were to arise, then it is decided within a duel that who is to be clan heir. As Naruto simply looked towards him, "See, Jiraiya, there is only two situations. If I'm not a shinobi, as I'm the oldest, and if it is not the case, then the situation is to be handled during a duel. So the only clan heir present here is me, not two of them. So therefore, the law does not apply to them." As there was dead silence in the room as Jiraiya gritted his teeth, as it was obvious that Minato and Kushina wanted Menma and Naruto to be the clan heir, but they never go through the official channels. It was just that they never thought much about it that Naruto would be much of a trouble, but now he was using laws of Konoha, laws of clans against them, and there was nothing they could do about it. Menma and Naruto, as powerful as they are, will not be a match for Naruto, and he's pulling them into a, you can say, fight, and that would not end well. Jiraiya wanted to do something. He wanted to do something to protect his god children. There was only one hope as he looked toward the third Hokage, who had his eyes closed at the moment as he gritted his teeth. As Naruto said enough of it, as he snapped his finger as Ambu surrounded them, as he said, "Manma and Naruto, both of you have been given a ARAC mission from this moment as both of them perk up. You guys have a mission to control the third tail of the cube's power. Danzo Shimura, along with the help of one of my trusted Ambu, as not to snap his finger as Yamato, our wife, as Jiraiya, as well as Hiruzen quickly realized who this guy actually was. Even Danzo realized the Mokitan user. He will help you during the training. I do not know why. The fourth Hokage, as well as his wife, did not ask for the help of the shinobi after all. For using the power of the Kyuubi, this guy will help you. But anyways, that is beside the point. Now, Danzo, you have a mission. Let's see that how competent you truly are. Now, get out of my sight. As he simply nodded towards, you can say, Hiruzen, giving a signal that he will explain later on. As he nodded back, as while on the other hand Danzo was grinning from inside. If he is able to use his cards right, then he would be, you can say, able to control Menma and Naruto, and after that, he would use these Jinchurikis given to him by that foolish Hokage, and then he will, you can say, overpower him and take the position from him by using the Jinchurikis. As he was smirking, laughing from the inside, while on the other hand, you can say Jiraiya was now simply getting angrier and angrier as Naruto simply shake his hand and both you can say Danzo and you can say Manma and Naruto, who are now looking nervous but decided to follow the orders nonetheless and decided to leave the room as Jiraiya simply glared towards Naruto. It's not over. After saying that, he vanished from the room as there was silence in the whole room. But Naruto finally looked towards the third Hokage, who was now looking towards Naruto. Naruto, why did you do that? You do know that Danzo want to overthrow you and take the position of the Hokage, and you have given them the, you can say, Menma and Naruto, two of the Jinchurikis. You know that he would be able to, you can say, control them if the need arises. As and I don't think that Yamato would be much of a help in the situation. As Naruto simply looked towards him with a small smile. Well, Sensei, you're the one who taught me that never take the whole thing together, make it pieces. Well, in simple words, divide and conquer. As Hiruzen was still confused, as Naruto simply shrugged. At the moment, I made all of them, you can say, angry and hope you can say potential enemies. When I dismissed the Shinobi Council as well as the Elder Council, I knew that they would come together and with Minato's, you can say, love for the position of the Hokage as well as all of these clans will come together. But now, since I have given Danzo the, you can say, the children of the 4th Hokage, now the root is a separate from the, you can say, the clans. Now they are against each other. Danzo will have, you can say, a bit of sport in the form of me. So therefore, he will, you can say, train Manma and Naruto, while on the other hand, clans will be angry about him and they will start to fight among themselves. So therefore, giving me a bit of breathing room. But at the moment, I have some other matters. Clans means nothing to me. Very, very little. The only power I want is the, you can say, the power of the shinobis. As you can say, Hiruzen raised an eyebrow. What do you have planned? As Naruto simply started to stood up and looked towards his village. It's about damn time to hunt a certain snake. And suddenly the realization came to the, you can say, face of the third Hokage. This could actually work about it. As but nodded nonetheless. As Naruto's plan was already making sense in his mind, he knows about his last student and how cunning he actually was. So that's his plan. Clan heads, you can say disapproval means nothing if the shinobis of the certain all the clans started to like and respect Naruto. So what is the clan head? Without the support of his own, you can say clan to begin with. So that is the plan of Naruto, huh? Well, certainly genius as he nodded at that, while on the other hand, you can say Jiraiya had just explained the situation to Kushina as Kushina burst into, you can say, pure anger. How could he do that? How could he give his own sibling to that monster? As she simply could not believe it. Was Naruto really that bitter, that angry, that he was ignored? Can't he understand that Menma and Naruto were simply too important? After all, they're the children of destiny and need to be protected from any and all danger, and he's given them to Danzo of all people. As while on the other hand she decided to speak up, but how can he do that? They are still my clan member and they are the clan heirs. As Jiraiya simply shook his head, as now Minato was also looking toward Jiraiya. Why didn't you say that? They're the clan heirs, and if you had said that, you would have been able to brought them here. And Naruto would not have been able to do anything about it as Jiraiya sighed as he decided to explain the situation. That how Naruto has said, according to the clan laws, the only situation is that if Naruto was not a shinobi or weaker than them, or in other case, if not competent, then it would have been a, you can say, spar between them to see who was truly worthy of the clan heir position, because they were triplet but still he was the oldest, so therefore the clan heir position still belonged to him and they have not, you can say, officially dismissed it. So therefore the law provides him with the power at the moment, as shocking both Minato and Kushina, even though they have felt a bit bad about the situation that they were trying to take the position of the clan heir from Minato and, you can say, Kushina, even though they have announced it years ago. It was not, you can say, according to the law of Konoha as well as the laws of the clans. So therefore, it was not accepted situation and there was nothing they could actually do about it, as Kushina wanted to march to the Hokage office and give him a earful to show him that how he simply cannot do things like that, cannot put his own siblings at risk. While on the other hand, Minato simply shook his head. Kushina, do not do anything harsh at the moment. Allow me to heal, and then afterward we will see the situation. As Kushina was still angry, at least Yamato was with them, and he was not training them in route headquarters in training grounds only. As while on the other hand, Naruto has summoned the whole, you can say, the shinobi meeting the elite Jonins as well as all that, as the elite Jonins has arrived, while on the other hand Asuma, Sarutobi, Kurenai, Yuhi as well as Yamato and many other strong shinobis has arrived, mainly the Jonin and high level of Chunins, as they were now looking toward the new Hokage, as Naruto was looking down towards each and every member of them, as Naruto started to go through hand sign as he slammed his hand into the ground. A ceiling ray started to spread. Suddenly, several members among Jonins and Junins started to scream in pure pain and agony as Naruto snapped his finger, as you can say, Ambu suddenly got them and slammed them against the wall, as many of the Jonin and Junin were surprised as Naruto nodded as one of the Ambu slammed several seals on those shinobis, as Naruto said, "Who are you guys? And where does your loyalty lies?" As all the Jonin and Chunin started to speak respectively, some of them speaking about Aiwa and some of them are about many other nations, and some of them even claim that they were the spies of the previous council and their loyalties lies with the council members and things like that, as many of the shinobis who saw this situation were now angry. How dare these shinobis to enter among them? After all, they were spies and they did not even realize that. As Naruto narrowed his eyes as he snapped his finger as the Ambu quickly grabbed them and snatched away to the IT department, as Naruto simply shook his head. Now that the spies and traitors are taken care of, I have summoned you guys here for an important matter. Some of you may be the members of the clan, some of you are mostly civilians and being able to reach to the level of Chunin and Jonin, which is quite impressive if I must say. While on the other hand, some of you might still be angry that I am trying to undermine the authority of the clans, but allow me to tell you guys that I have no intentions about your respective clans. To be honest, clans means nothing to me. After all, I follow only one will, and that is a will of fire. Was it not the will of the first Hokage who created our village, that all of us, everyone present, had the will of fire, that each and every member of this village is like a family to us to protect it? So when does the clan started to, you can say, gather energy among themselves to show that they are different? Can there be villages among a village? No, it is not possible. So I hereby ask you to put aside those differences and come together, because it's about one damn time that we start taking care of ourselves as well as our enemy and our mistakes. It has been years since one Orochimaru of the Sannin has betrayed us and has been living with, you can say, no repercussions. Our fourth Hokage did nothing about the man who had decided to make his own, you can say, hidden village and gather forces, and as well as thanks to my own spy network, which I decided to put after I realized that Jiraiya of the Sannin is not doing his duties accordingly and has been putting attention to his god children while still using the resources of Konoha. I have decided, I have found the, you can say, the location of Orochimaru of the Sannin, and my spies told me that he has made his own hidden village and started to gather a army and has been trying to, you can say, gather some other villages so that they can attack us, as there was dead silence in the whole area, as the shinobi simply could not believe that how is this even possible, as the fourth Hokage should have done something about the situation. Orochimaru was a deadly shinobi, yes, but still, being able to make his own hidden village, and now he was preparing for the war, as many of them were moved with the, you can say, once again, by the concept of the will of fire. They knew about the politics of their respective clans and how their rivalry with one and another. After all, it was pointless, and many of them were tired with it to begin with, especially with the how council was running things and undermining their own authority, the civilians who were giving them orders like they were simple pets. So needless to say, many of the shinobis had a lot of anger towards, especially the council, which mostly consists of the civilian who knew nothing about the life of a shinobi but still giving them orders. So they were not exactly happy with the previous leaders as well as their own respective clans heads who did nothing about the situation when they were simply ordered around by the civilians who were so foolish and giving them stupid orders and things like that. But at least this guy was not kidding around, and now he has addressed most important issue to the village, the traitor who experimented on many of their own respective clans as well as many other people, and now it's about damn time they take him down, otherwise he will brought a you can say conflict against them. As Naruto looked towards the shinobi who are now getting ready, as Naruto simply smirked, it's about damn time that he start care of that damn snake who has lived more than long enough. And now Naruto was looking towards Jiraiya, who was still as angry as ever lately. As Naruto looked towards Jiraiya, here is your mission, Jiraiya the Sannin. I have dismissed your retirement and therefore you have been brought back into the active duty as Jiraiya gritted his teeth. And I have decided to dissolve your spy network as I have already settled my own spy network. So here is your first mission. It is your first S rank mission in the matter. As Jiraiya gritted his teeth on that, as Naruto decided to speak, you are to infiltrate Alba and get this specific information, and you have only 10 days to return. And that is all. You are dismissed, Jiraiya of the Jonin. As Jiraiya gritted his teeth as he was angry, he was furious as how his retirement was overruled and how he has been brought back into the active duty and therefore has no time to do his research and things like that. And he's here, it is his first S rank mission. Something was telling him that he is gonna do a lot of these. Once again, as he simply shook his head, he simply cannot deny it at the moment. As he grabbed the scroll, nodded, and went off to do his mission. As Naruto simply nodded. As now, after you can say, let us have a bit of time skip. As Orochimaru of the Sannin was a happy man, he has lately heard about what is going on in Konoha, that how the fourth Hokage has been overthrown by his own son, as he was, you can say, a lot happy about the whole situation. While on the other hand, many of the nations have also heard it, so they were also pretty happy. After all, Minato has humiliated them, but now he was the laughing stock of the shinobi world. And the first cage in history of the shinobi world who has been overthrown in such a manner. But this also got the many paranoia among the villages as well as they started to look towards their own, you can say, heirs with suspicion in their eyes that how they will try the same things as well as the heirs of the previous leaders as well. That they might try to do the same thing to them, and this got a lot of tension among the hidden villages inside conflict, you can say, if you must. While on the other hand, Orochimaru was simply, you can say, doing his casual experiment, not caring about much of a thing. Kabuto's recent information, Kabuto has entered into the Otogakure and gave him the information, but now something was off in Konoha as Kabuto tried to enter the Konoha, but something was off. He was unable to do so because of the how many you can say shinobis were patrolling the border and things like that, as well as they were using different kind of seals which were unknown to Kabuto. So therefore he decided to you can say wait out the things. And there was little information they were getting from inside of Konoha. Things are restless as has just given the information to Orochimaru as Orochimaru was in deep thoughts. Maybe the clans will try to do something about this Uzumaki brat. Maybe Konoha soon be in a civil conflict. Well, this could be a perfect opportunity for us to, you can say, attack Konoha when they will be busy among themselves, and after that, we will easily be able to overthrow them. As you can say, Kabuto had a smirk on his face, but something was off. He was feeling uneasy about this whole situation. After all, he was unable to enter into Konoha, and they were not getting much information from Konoha as well. And same were the thoughts of many of the cages that how Konoha soon be in a civil conflict and things like that. But you can say Orochimaru, you can say suddenly the whole, you can say, underground base shook as Orochimaru was surprised as suddenly an explosion went off in the Hidden Sound village, shocking Orochimaru as well as his own shinobi. But Orochimaru quickly came to the attention as many of the Otogakure shinobi started to, you can say, pull themselves together and decided to check out what is actually going on the outside. While on the other hand, As Orochimaru, as well as his commander Shinobi, finally arrived outside to see what is actually going on here, as Orochimaru was, you can say, quite perplexed at the moment. What is going on here? Who knew that he was in this space? After all, he always changed bases time to time, so therefore no one could actually find him here. But unknown to him, Naruto was a sage and he could easily feel his foul chakra in the village. As he arrived back to see, he was in utter shock when he saw several Konoha Ambu as well as Konoha Shinobis had surrounded the whole base. As Orochimaru was beyond surprised, how is this even possible? They should be able to see these, you can say, there were thousands of shinobi here. He should be able to sense them and should be able to see them a lot quickly. But how? How did they arrive here? It took at least 2 days for this kind of army to march from Konoha to his, you can say, hidden base. It was simply not possible. Did Kabuto lie to him? As he looked back to see that, Kabuto was also shocked at the same time. But unknown to all of them, Naruto was a seal master and a master of space and time ninjutsu. So it was not hard for him to teleport his most trusted shinobis as well as his army here. It was no trouble whatsoever as Naruto was now looking down towards Orochimaru from one of the hill nearby. As you said, Orochimaru of the Sannin, you are hereby, you can say, under arrest by Konoha. Either you hand yourself over or your this so-called hidden village will be destroyed and you shall be taken down. Either that or either you hand yourself over or face the wrath of Konoha. As Orochimaru gritted his teeth, who does this brat think he is? He's the Orochimaru of the Sannin, and he will crush this brat no matter what. Bring it, you foolish Hokage. As he bring down, you can say, pull out his Kusanagi blade. But hey guys, here I will love this part. Hope you guys enjoyed it. For the next part, you guys already know the like goal and the comment goal. So please complete it and I will upload the next part as quick as possible. So yeah guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it and yeah, peace.